Okay, welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I do not know which video I said I'm going to make first, but since this picture is here, we're going to talk about this picture. Alright, we're going to talk about this, how it happened, and the before and after. So, I have my face back. I still have the scar on my arm. You can't see it through the camera, but it's like right there and right there. The camera is probably not going to let you see it very well, but they're there. They're still there. So, there's that. I have on video day after day of me documenting my healing. So let's talk about before it happened, when it happened, and then after it happened, and how I got my face back. So, for years and years and years, as I was growing up, childhood trauma of girls, specifically black girls, telling me that I was ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. And if somebody tells you something long enough, you start to believe it, especially when you have little to no confidence or self esteem, which is some shit that I have had for years. I still currently suffer from self esteem issues. I still am kind of conscious about my looks because me attracting girls has not been a thing. I'm lucky if girls give me a first look, let alone a second look, or even a look at all, without having something nasty or smart to say. As a mixed person, I have had lots of problems with just trying to get girlfriends. All right? Hey, confessions is what confessions is. And every girl that I was interested in has always told me that I was ugly. All of them always told me I was ugly. Now, the girls that was interested in me, either they were blind or I was just very fucking lucky. And the ones that was interested in me also cheated on me. So we could say that I was very lucky and unlucky at the same time. All right? You guys know who they are. And if you don't know who they are, the girls who kept telling me I was ugly, one was an L. Turner, the other one was an S. Williams, no relation, or at least I hope no relation, because I had a crush on her. Then I had one girlfriend who kept doing stupid shit. Her name was Emily. I can't remember her last name, but she would always drop her pants in class, and we were in grade school at the time, so it was all puppy love relationships. But it was real for me. It wasn't real for them. Anyway, as I got into middle school and high school, by the time I got into high school, black girls was pretty much off limits because I was pretty much done with them because of the hurt and stuff that I've been through. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are a black female watching, it's me. It's not you. There are a lot of very beautiful black girls out here, and unfortunately for me, the traumatic side effect is that I'm not as sexually attracted to them. I can see that they're very beautiful. I also know that in the back of my mind, I don't have a fucking chance. So I pretty much like, you know what? You can go with the girls who will give you the time of day, or you can fight and fight and fight and get like ditched. So the two girls that pretty much ended me and black girls was S. Cotton and T. Smith, and this happened in Smithfield. So T. Smith, I had to teach her boyfriend how to fly because she had the nutsack to bring the bastard onto my porch. And I tell you guys this story before. Uh, S. Cotton, her boyfriend almost shot me in the face when I was 14, and she was 14, and he was like 25, 26. So yeah, he was cradle robbing like a motherfucker. But anyway, after that, I kind of swore off black chicks, and then the more I tried for black chicks, the less black chicks I got. And I was like, you know what? I can keep trying in the black community, or I can just keep going into communities that will take me and accept me. A lot of the white girls that I dated, they were cheaters too, and they fucking basically only dated me because I was a token. You know, I don't present black, so technically they would probably, if they told their parents probably thought that I was Mexican. No offense to Mexicans, I am native, but I am not of Mexican descent. I have a story for that too. That happened in college, but we'll add that at the end. So I kept believing that I was ugly, because I kept being told I was ugly. I was never told I was ugly by dudes, just by girls. And since I'm straight, I wouldn't give a fuck if a dude told me if I was ugly or not. Just not into dudes, so fuck that shit. And most dudes aren't into me, so hey, power up. Anyway, so I got to Smithfield in my 30s. I think I was like 32, 33. I don't remember how old I was. I was in my 30s when this happened. And so I went to my Aunt Ruth's house. Hi, Aunt Ruth. And I know she'll never see it. But anyway, she's still alive. I talked to her today. And I told my Aunt Ruth when I got up that Saturday morning that Sunday was Mother's Day. I'll take my mom her gift on Monday because I always stay with my Aunt Ruth from Friday to Monday because, she lived by herself, And I generally slept on the couch. My dad and I used to go down there, but my dad couldn't go that weekend. So instead of going to my dad's house, I went straight down to Smithfield and stayed with my Aunt Ruth. I called him and let him know I made it. And it's a 3-hour drive from Charlotte. So it's no big fucking deal. Except 64 really fucking sucks and it's boring. So I did cut through Richmond to cut off like maybe 20 minutes. It really doesn't seem like you cut off 20 minutes, but I needed to see stuff because 64, 95, and 10. So when I got off of 64, I cut through Jeff Davis and Broad Street, and that knocked off like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Got on 95, got on 10, and I was Smithfield bound, which is my second hometown. That's where my dad Peeps is from. So I get on down there. I go to sleep. Get up the next morning. Everything's fine with the car. Or at least I thought it was. I'm driving to Newport News. Hell yeah. No, because that's like my third hometown. Anyway, so I get the Newport News, but I don't get the Newport News because there's a gas station, right? And I see the smoke coming out of this yellow side of my car. I'm like, what the fuck is over there? My radiator's in the front. Battery's on the right. What the fuck is smoking? Pull into the gas station because, nothing on the left side should be smoking. Well, there was this thing called an overflow pan, and I don't read Japanese. I also don't read Spanish. So my dumb ass decides I'm going to pop the overflow pan. And when I did, this happened. All of that. See my face, see my neck, see my shoulder. Anyway, I documented all that on videotapes over there somewhere. So, my face is fucked up, right? Now I'm going to tell you where my situation awareness is. Alright? And it's not so great now, but it was then. And there's time stopped. For me, time kind of stopped. So there was a young black female at a phone booth. And not a real phone booth, just a phone booth. Like the ones that just has the phone on a big fucking metal stick. So it's one of those phone booths, not the one where you're in a box. She's on one of the phone booths. She's in a nursing uniform, so she's either a veterinarian or a nurse. She's also blind as fuck because she didn't fucking see me get burnt the fuck up, but my car was right next to her car. In the truck behind her car, because there was 3 parking spots, or better right there, there was a white couple doing the horizontal bump. And when I mean that, they weren't horizontal. The girl was riding the pole in the backseat of a black 4Runner. I saw everything. She still had her shirt on, but I saw everything. And she was going up and down, having the time of her fucking life. I'm like this. Face is just burnt. All the fucking hell, right? My arm got burnt because it shielded my eye. So it shielded my eye. And so, that's why it looks like that. Some of it must have got my nose because I still have a scar there. And I don't know if I can get rid of it. But anyway, it's there. So, I screamed. Nobody gave a damn. The gas tanks were full. Customers were getting gas. Nobody gave a damn. Nobody. So 2 people working inside, I went inside. I said, I need water and I need Band-Aids. And aloe if you got it. Well, we don't have aloe, but we got water. So the only person that helped me was a young Chinese lady. So to you young Chinese lady that works at the whatever gas station is right before you get to the Newport News Bridge on the left, because you'll be going on the right road in the 2-lane side, but they're on the left. I think it was like a fast way or it was something. Anyway, thank you. So I bought the water. I bought 2 full jugs, like milk jugs. I poured some on my face. I poured the rest on the car, and I poured the rest back into the car. I poured some of it on the engine to cool that bitch off. Then I went to Farm Fresh. After I thanked her, I went to Farm Fresh. I know I spent maybe $100 that day. I went to Farm Fresh. I had maybe $500 in my pocket. I was going to get my mom a pretty good gift. She wound up getting a teddy bear. I have no idea what the fuck she did with it. But anyway, went to Farm Fresh. I got a bunch of galls, and I got some aloe. Now, I already put water on my face, so I splat the aloe on. I paid for the aloe. As I was paying for it, I took the top off and splashed it on my face. You shouldn't do that until after you pay for it. I said, look, here's the fucking money. Take the money. So I'm putting the aloe. She's like, what happened? I said, my overflow pan is burnt up and my face is stinging. So I need to get this smoothing aloe shit on. So I put the aloe on me, and I did that as quick as I fucking could. And so after that, I went and anyway, sorry, reading the text. Anyway, so I got the aloe on, and I jumped in the car and drove back to my aunt's house like nothing happened. My dumb ass not thinking that her eyesight was great enough for her to see it. And the first thing she pointed out was, what happened to your face? I was like, oh, I had an accident. It's like, is the car fine? I was like, the car's great. Motherfucker blew up in my face, but I'm good. She's like, you need to go to the hospital. So I'm like, no, I don't need to go to the hospital. I can go to the hospital when I go home. And she's like, no, you need to go to the hospital right fucking now. I said, Ruth, I'm good. I'm grown. I'm not going to the hospital. I'm fine. Because I wasn't in any pain anymore. No, the pain, I guess all my pain sensors were burnt completely the fuck off because I wasn't feeling shit. I wasn't feeling a goddamn thing. So she said, this is what's going to happen. Either you're going to go to the hospital or I'm going to call your mama. Your mama going to be mad twice. She going to be mad because she got to drive 3 hours down here to help me tie your ass to the car seat and take you to the hospital. And she going to be mad that your face is fucked up. And it's like, well, it's my face. And nobody's going to notice it. It's like, I fucking noticed it without my glasses. So somebody's going to notice it. So it's like, alright, let's go. So she made me get in the car, went to the hospital, Suffolk County, Suffolk General, whichever the fuck one it was. It was definitely a hospital in Suffolk. So that's between Newport News and Smithfield. So we were going to Suffolk, not Surrey. Surrey's before you get to Smithfield. But anyway, so we got to Suffolk. I was explaining to the lady that had MetLife insurance, not MetLife, Blue Cross Blue Shield, because I had a full-time job. I was working at Brown's at the time, and I knew I had the weekend off, and I knew that I could come home Monday, get a nap, and then go to work. So when I got fucking to the hospital, I was giving the lady my insurance card, so she took the insurance card. She says, you need to pay us $50. That should cover her. I said, okay, pay the $50 because my insurance was going to cover everything else. And so a doctor walks by, and he noticed that my face is fucked up, and he says, when did that happen? I said, oh, this just happened about an hour ago. Get this man on a goddamn gurney right now. I'm taking him. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good. He's like, no, those are first-degree burns, son. You need to come with me right now. I was like, I'm good. I don't feel any pain. He said, because you're in fucking shock. I said, dude, this happened like an hour and a half ago. I'm pretty sure the shock has worn the fuck off. What's your name? I gave him my government name of James Williams Jr. He said, I know my fucking name. Here go my ID. Here go my insurance card. I just paid this lady $50. It's like, well, how long you been here? About 15, 20 minutes. You've been here for 15 minutes? Was it 15 or 20? I mean, what the fuck the difference? It's just a fucking burn. It's like, you should have been in the fucking emergency room immediately. Get the gurney now. So they got me the gurney. The dude damn near body slammed on the gurney. And he personally rolled me into the surgery room. And he's like, he started looking at my face. He started looking at my arm. Started looking at my shoulders like, my God, what the fuck happened? I was like, well, my overflow pan in the car exploded. He said, like your radiator? I said, no. The radiator has a big sign on there and a big red strip that says, warning, do not open when hot. The overflow pan was smoking. And it has whatever that is in Japanese and in Spanish. I'm not Spanish and I'm not Japanese. I can't read that shit. And I explained to him, and he giggled a little bit just like I did, because I thought, well, we both kind of thought that shit was kind of funny. But we both laughed about it and said, okay, look, man, you got first-degree burns, and we got to skin graft your ass, and we got to take the skin off your ass and put it on your face. And the only thing I could think of was, did I wash today? No, you're not taking the skin off my ass and put it on my face. I don't want my face to smell like my ass. That shows you how dumb I was, because I didn't know shit about how surgery works, because I never had a major surgery out of getting my middle finger stitched and my thumb stitched and the 3 stitches on my eye. Otherwise, I've never really seriously been fucking hurt, to the point where surgery was involved until I got into the army and had to have a hip replacement. Anyway, back to that part. So he's like, all right, this was going to happen. I'm rub this damp cloth on you. He's like, what's this stuff all over your face? I said, oh, that's aloe. That's like some shit that I learned from Hawaiians. He's like, you been to Hawaii? I said, no, but I pay attention. Say, okay, okay. Well, one, you should not have put aloe on your scars. Two, what else did you? I said, oh, the first thing I did when I got injured was I went and got some water and splashed it on my face. He's like, you weren't supposed to do any of that. I said, dude, I was hurt. I was in pain. It was burning. So the stuff in the overflow pan is hot water and antifreeze. All right. So apparently, hot water and antifreeze is what caused my burning. And I wanted to cool that shit off because it was burning. I mean, that shit was burning like somebody threw acid on my fucking face. So I threw the water on there and I explained that to him. He's like, yeah, that wasn't a good call, kid. You probably fucked your shit up even worse. I said, hey, man, I would rather fuck my shit up even worse than be in the fucking pain that I was in because I was in excruciating pain. I can't even describe the pain. But it was bad. So by the time I got all the stuff I needed and put it on my face, I was good. There was no more pain after that. So he said, all right, well, let me look at it. So he looked at it, scanned it. We're in there for like a good hour. And he starts to peel it. He goes, can you feel that? I was like, nope. He said, damn, you got down to the white meat, son. And I giggled a little bit. I was like, okay, so you got to like put me to sleep or something? He said, man, if you ain't feeling no pain, I don't need to put you to sleep. So what we're going to do is I'm going to peel this shit off your face right now and your neck and your arm. I was like, okay. So we're just having a conversation. He's just peeling the skin off, just peeling it all off. So, because if you look here, you can see right there, yeah, I got burnt down to the white meat. So, that's an old saying. Everybody who's a Generation Extra, you know what happens when you get burnt to the white meat. Anyway, so I got burnt down to the white meat. And after that, you know, he peeled everything off. And he gave me a tiny ass tube of bacitration. And he said, look, I only got enough of this shit for your face. You're going to need this for a whole week. So this tube is probably about like that big, just a little bit bigger than this. A little bit bigger than a Tiger Balm bottle, unless you get the glass Tiger. It's like the tiny glass Tiger Balm. He said, I only have enough for your face. I don't have enough for your arms. And I said, well, I can tell you what. I ain't worried about my damn arms. People got to look at my fucking face. They ain't got to look at my arms. And long sleeve shirts will cover that shit. So we got the bacitration after he peeled all that skin. So he peeled all the skin off of here and off of there and off of here. So he peeled all that fucking skin off. And after that, I went back to my aunt's house. I wasn't in any more pain. He said, this gauze, are you going to have to like put tape right here? He showed me how to tape it. So he's like, put the tape right there and put the tape right there. Because you can see it on my neck. Yeah, he's like, but I want you to have a gauze to go all the way to your neck. So at the bottom of your neck, that's where you put the gauze. So I had to put the gauze right here, with a tape rather, right here. And it goes all the way up here, and it covers up everything but my ear. And as you can see, the ear's just fine. So, you know, because it got my ear too. So I had just turned my head just in time, or I would have lost an eye. So I was like, it did this. So because it got this, but it still got the bulk of my face. So got through that shit, and then I went home, and on Monday I went to work, and the bosses was like, you can't come up here like that. I was like, dude, I got burnt up. I'm not missing a day of work. He's like, well, you need to stay in the back. Under no circumstances whatsoever are you to come to the front. And so I just missed my brother Broly's little thing there. Okay, he ended the live. He must have ended early. Anyway, so I shout out to Broly anyway. Anyway, I went to work and I had to put gauze on every day before I went to work, and bacitration and aloe, and I got my face back. So the moral of the story is, people used to tell me I'm ugly. I believed it until it happened, and I am happy to have my face back. Like literally, I came a long way from this. So when people tell me I'm ugly, I say thank you. You have no idea how ugly I was before this shit happened. So that being said, I'm going to end the video there. Be grateful for what you have. You won't be pretty to everyone. You will be pretty to someone. You will be pretty to no one. But you have your life. And you need to be grateful that you're not fucked up and that you're not like this. And there have been people who have been victimized by other people who have put acid on them. People have been burnt up by IEDs. We are all grateful that we are alive. And we are all grateful that we still have our faces. I'm so grateful that I don't look like that anymore. Which is why I'm very, very protective of my face. Above all else, I am protective of my face. And if that sounds bad, I'm sorry. But I am grateful for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. Be seeing you.